Hi and welcome to Spice and Pans. Today we'll be cooking crispy noodles with Boston lobsters to prosperous. Hi and welcome to Spice and Pans. Today we'll be cooking crispy noodles with Boston lobsters in ginger and spring onion sauce. So let's start cooking. We'll now boil our noodles. I'm using my La Gourmet 30cm Natradine wok. This is the noodles I'm using. Egg noodles, dry egg noodles. You don't have to go for the same brand, but it looks something like this. Make sure your water is boiling. This portion is good for 4 person. Just put it in. You just need to soften this up. Make sure the noodles are submerged in the water. Once it has softened, just move it around a little bit like this. Try not to break up the noodles. This dish is very versatile. It works well with big prawns, be it river prawns or sea prawns. Not necessarily it has to be lobsters. You just need to separate them out. Make sure they're not clumped up like this at this moment. So maybe another 10-15 seconds will be fine. You don't have to cook them really through because we'll be deep frying this. Once they have softened up like this, we'll remove them from the heat. Just rinse them through with tap water. Drain off the water. Put them onto a clean plate, drizzle a little bit of oil, and just mix them up well. We'll divide this into 4 portions. Of course, if you are a big eater, you can divide them into 3 as well. It's really up to you. After we are done with this, we'll proceed to fry them. Before we fry our noodles, we'll fry our onions first. Heat up a pan of oil. I have with me over here 150 grams of red onions, cut into pieces like this. Try to separate them out into leaves like this. The reason why I want to do this is because I want to give a very nice fragrance to the oil so that the noodles will be beautiful. I'm using medium heat over here, so just put everything in. This will just take a very short while. We just want to cut off the spiciness of the red onions. So now we'll just remove them. You can see that they are very beautiful now. You don't have to turn off the heat. Just remove them. Set your onions aside. Now we'll proceed to deep fry our noodles, taking one bunch. Be very careful because there will be steam coming out and it'll be pretty hot. When you put it in, remember to spread them out like this. You want them to be very crispy. Don't move them around. We'll wait for the bubbles to subside before we turn it over to the other side. We are still maintaining the heat at medium. As you can see, most of the bubbles has already subsided. That means it's slightly drier now. We'll just fry this for a little while more. We'll turn it over when you feel that the noodles are getting a little bit hard. You can gauge the hardness by using your chopsticks to feel it. This La Gourmet Natradine wok is something that I really like to use because it's very versatile. You can cook products like crabs, lobsters, ribs inside here as compared to those non-stick pan. As you can see, the shape has already formed. We'll just turn it over to the other side. Carefully, just do this. Now we just need to crisp this up. You can prepare this dish for any of your holiday season. This is a very impressive dish for your guests and it's extremely delicious. It's very crispy now. We'll proceed to remove it from oil and we'll proceed to cook the rest. Before we deep fry the lobsters, we will need to protect the meat a little bit. Add in 2 tablespoons of corn flour, spread them out like this. And using your hand, just slightly mix them up. After this is done, we will fry our lobsters. Heat up your oil at high heat. I'll be frying the lobsters in 2 batches. Be very careful when you put it in. You don't have to fry them for long. Right? We just want the meat to immediately cook on the outside. And then when the shell turns red like this, we'll just remove them from oil. We want to overcook the lobsters because later we'll be cooking them in the sauce together. Now we'll proceed to put the dish together. Heat up your pan. Add in a good amount of oil. I'll be using medium heat now. Add in 10 grams of young ginger sliced thinly like this. 3 pieces of spring onion using only the white stem and cut into halves like this. Put it in. stir until fragrance. Now we'll add in our garlic, 6 cloves of garlic chopped. Same thing, once you can smell them, you add in water, 1.2 liters of water, just put it in. If you have chicken stock, best. If not, you can just add in 1 chicken stock cube like this. Add in also 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce. Mix up a little bit. Add in the roe from the lobster. This will give it a very nice fragrance. Put the lid on and we'll boil this for approximately 6-7 minutes. I'll see you back in a while. 6 minutes is up. Let's have a look. Smells good. Let's have a taste. It's very nice, but we need to balance the taste a little bit. Add in half a teaspoon of sugar, a few dashes of pepper. Now we add in our greens. I'm using kailan over here, a big bunch of it. You can use any of your favorite greens, no problem. Put it in. I think kailan is perfect for this dish. Add in your lobsters. Turn the heat up to high. Put the lid on for a minute. I'll show you how it looks like in a while. 1 minute is up, let's have a look. Wow, smells really good. Now we'll thicken the sauce up with cornstarch solution. Just pour and stir. We want this to be a little thick so that the noodles can pick up the nice stock that we are having over here. This is very good. Now we'll turn off the flame. Drizzle in 1 beaten egg. Add in the onions that we have fried just now. And also drizzle in 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Give it a light stir. And now all we have to do is just pour this beautiful sauce over our crispy noodles. And it's time for our lunch. And now the dish is done. Let's have a taste. Wow, smells really, really good. I hope you can hear the sound of how crispy the noodles are. Right? Just mix it with some of the sauce. Just shift the lobster's claws away. The noodles has absorbed the sauce and this is really, really very, very flavorful. Let me try the lobsters. Very tender, crunchy, cooked perfectly. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like our video. Do click like on our video and do subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.